All right, here we are at our 2014 Hurricane 187 SunDeck for sale. We're here near Norris Lake, Tennessee. We're just off the water today on the eastern corner of the lake. This one has been stored in a storage unit here. The seller is temporarily taking a break from boating, so if you're needing a place to store the boat, it can remain here in this storage unit if you need a place to keep it here in the eastern part of Norris Lake, Tennessee. This is a two-owner boat. This is powered by a 2013 Yamaha 115 horsepower four-stroke outboard motor, just over 40 hours on the hour meter. Got a three-blade stainless steel propeller. I believe that's about a 13.25 by 17 pitch propeller. And this is a great little deck boat. This would make for a good first boat for a family. It's very low maintenance with that Yamaha four-stroke outboard power. And it is a deck boat. You've got three-step swim boarding ladder at both the bow and the stern. And the deck boat, you get a little bit wider seating up here in the bow. That fishing seat that's in the center there, that can be removed. You can also put a trolling motor on there too if you are into fishing. This can do a lot. Got a ski tow bar. Very versatile boat. So I'm climbing up our three-step swim boarding ladder here on the rear deck. See, we got a ski tow bar right here, and that can be removed. We have a pull-out transom shower. You can get cool water. It's probably about a 10 or 15 gallon freshwater tank. We'll have that size listed at our website, which is also where you'll find the current asking price of this one, which is at www.yournewboat.com. Little self-drain cooler here that's going to drain down to your bilge, and I want to remove that so I can show you we've got dual interstate batteries as well as a battery switch. And then here's that onboard freshwater pump. Fuel water separator goes there as well. And we've got an integrated Livewell on here too, so if you are into fishing, you can pull lake water up for that Livewell. Here's your fuel fill. That is a 44 gallon fuel tank. Bimini top is giving us some sun protection right now. This one's rated for 10 persons. Right here under your rear bench seat, you got a spare prop and some earmuffs for that outboard motor for doing service work on your own. Got a swivel driver's seat. And here at your driver's seat, you've got a cup holder. I believe there's 8 total stainless insert cup holders. And then you've got a drive trim gauge, speedometer, tachometer, fuel gauge, and battery voltmeter. And then right here in the center, we've got a Garmin Eco Map 50S. That is a chart plotter, fish finder. It's going to tell you a handful of things. So right now I've got a combination screen where we're running your fish finder sonar on the bottom. This will have your water temperature, your depth, GPS speed, and so you can just pull up the sonar. And of course this isn't going to really load because we're sitting out of the water right now, but that'll give you an idea what the screen's going to look like. You can also just do the chart plotter, and got to zoom out a little bit before you get to the water areas of the map. And then we've also got some different gauge settings where you can show your GPS speed, positioning, things like that. This shows a maximum speed of 33 miles per hour. I'd say that would be about right for this boat. We did function test. You got a functional horn, bilge pump, navigation lights all powered up. There is no docking lights on this one. We do have a pair of LED courtesy lights. You got those at each step on the bow and the stern. And the depth finder switch. There's your freshwater pump, your Livewell pump, stereo, and we've got a standard Horizon VHF radio as well. So we also function test that stereo, and it is a Sony Marine AM FM CD satellite ready auxiliary input stereo. We've got 2 speakers for that. Oh, 3 courtesy lights. We got 1 more courtesy light just right here next to your home station. That standard Horizon VHF radio also powered up. Got a speaker there, speaker over here by your driver's seat. 12-volt power outlet just below that power panel as well. Got snap-in carpeting that can be installed. You got a small little dry box here, 2 more cup holders by your kind of L-shaped passenger seating. You got storage under these seats. There's a Bimini boot for storing your Bimini top when it's in kind of a laid down position. We've got a snap cover and a full mooring cover, as well as snap-in carpeting. Got storage under both of these little helm areas. Well, this would be the helm area storage. That was probably meant to house a cooler right in there. The way you've got a little cutout over there, and then additional storage over here underneath your your passenger glove box. We've got a first aid kit, flare kit, your boat required items. And then here's that carpeting, snap-in carpeting for your cockpit. I've kind of left it to where you can kind of see it and gauge the condition of it. We've got these dry deck little inserts laying down here in this in-floor storage locker. We've got some fenders and an oar and some tie-up ropes. And then up here in the bow area, again, you've got a wider bow area in these deck boats. Makes for a lot of room up here for your passengers. We've got some seats underneath this seat. Those will be staying with it. And then under this one, we've got the full mooring cover. It's going to go basically just below the rub rail all the way around. Some more dock ropes there as well. Here's your Livewell, and that will circulate lake water up. And then 4 cup holders up here near the bow. And again, this little pedestal mount fishing seat we've got in place that can be removed. And then we've got a anchor locker here. It's going to neatly stow away your anchor chain and rode. Actually, to kind of go in this little compartment right here. It kind of holds it in place, keeps it from bouncing around. There we go. And then also you got a little integrated stainless cleat there for attaching that anchor to when you have it overboard. There's that 3-step swim boarding ladder there. So again, I'll invite you to the website, yournewboat.com. If you take the time to open up a new tab or window, type that into your address bar, either www.yournewboat.com or just yournewboat.com. Click enter. Let that web page load just a few seconds. When you see that orange lettering, you can look for the button that says Find Your New Boat. And if you click that, that's going to load all of our inventory in order of price. And this one will be easy to find. You're not going to be overwhelmed with a ton of inventory. Currently, we are in a very low supply of inventory. That's pretty much nationwide, not just our area. But even when we do have a good bit of inventory, you're still not going to be overwhelmed because you're basically just looking at Norris Lake and surrounding areas. But anyway, if you just scroll on down until you get to the 2014 Hurricane SunDeck 187, you'll see a photo of it, probably likely from either this side or the port side. You'll see the asking price right there, and of course our contact information will be all over that site as well. You'll be able to reach out to us by phone, by text, or by email, but we do ask if you ever call us on the phone and get our voicemail, make sure you leave us a detailed message. Let me know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. I'm often in areas without cell phone reception, so if you do not do that, I will not know that you called. A little bit of just a bumper mark here None of that appears to be into the gel coat. Maybe a little bit into the gel coat with that one. A little bit of light oxidation on either side of this one. I'm not sure how well that will show. We tried to take some photos of it. Just a little bit of chalkiness into this. I would probably call this like a sand. I'm not sure what Hurricane called it in 2014. Maybe a sandstone or sand colored exterior hull. But again, just a little bit of oxidation back here in this stripe. We are sitting on a single axle aluminum trailer that is going with it. Again, just over 40 engine hours on this one. I think I showed you that stainless prop earlier. It's 2013 Yamaha 115 horsepower, 4-stroke, very low maintenance. That's why I say this would be a great starter boat for somebody. If, you know, a few little marks here, that does, you know, maybe that one might just barely be into the gel coat. And then you've got some marks in your decaling. Not a lot of scratches, just some oxidation again also on this side. Just a little bit down into here. Kind of have maybe some fender marks here, but that does not feel like it's into the gel coat. And some more oxidation right in here. That one is just, well, no, that wiped right off. That's why I'm always kind of rubbing as I go along here, showing you the whole sides. Now up here near the bow, we have some marks in this vinyl stripe, and none of this is really into the fiberglass. This is all just from coming in and probably just sitting at a bad height with the dock that you were pulling up to. But pretty much that's all that vinyl stripe. Some of these marks into this gel coat, I think all that's going to rub right out because I'm not really catching any edges. The only mark, there are two marks in the fiberglass. You get this one right here, right next to your trailer tongue. Okay, that one is into the fiberglass. And I think these three right in here, those are just barely into the gel coat right there. Again, this is just vinyl stripe marks. And then I did see one other area right here, just below the waterline. This is just a little bit of dirt on there. That's gonna rub right off from sitting at the waterline. Right here, we got one little mark here. Got a nick there. And otherwise, just a few little scuffs. Everything else looks to be in good shape on this one. And again, it is sitting on that Road King aluminum single axle trailer with disc brakes. And as I mentioned earlier, it can stay here in the storage unit if you need a place to keep it. If you want to keep it indoors, most of the area does have a waiting list for slips right now on Norris Lake. So if you need to keep it somewhere until your name comes up in a waiting list, we can make that happen. Otherwise, that's going to start to wrap things up for this one. This is a 2-inch ball hookup and a 5 flat trailer light hookup. I'll show you what I mean there. Now, if it'll come out, instead of the standard 4 flat, you've got 5 connections there. That's because one of those is for your brakes. Again, this has been the 2014 Hurricane SunDeck 187 deck boat for sale here in the Norris Lake area. Again, please visit the website if you have questions, and please reach out to us if you do have serious questions. We can answer all those for you. Again, that's yournewboat.com. You can contact us by text, by phone, or by email, whatever's most convenient for you. And then right about this time, you'll see the yournewboat.com logo pop up in the top right-hand corner of your screen. And that's simply a shortcut so you can subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already. Happy to have you as a subscriber, whether you're looking for a purchase in the near future or just enjoy daydreaming of other things whenever you're supposed to be working. Happy to have you either way, and I thank you again for joining us. This is 2014 Hurricane 187 SunDeck. Thank you again for joining us.